Well, hello and welcome to the channel. So I've been sent this product by MotoRadds. Now this is a more permanent solution to actually being able to mount your GoPro to your full face helmet, and it just looks a hell of a lot neater than the DIY jobs that we tend to do to get that extra smooth and better POV footage. I stumbled across this product by accident really, and it all started when I was watching YouTube myself, in particular a channel called Single Track Sampler, and I saw that the guys that were riding there for that particular POV footage were all sporting this really neat device, and when I had a look on the internet I kind of worked out what it was and got in touch with the company who then sent me the product. Now, as a disclaimer straight off the bat, this will not fit every full face helmet. The company are working on additional models, and I'm actually hoping that once those are released that they'll send those to me for further review. So hopefully if you purchase this it will fit, is all I can say. So just be wary. At £30 it might not work. So what do you get in the package for £30? Well, you get the attachment. We're kind of used to seeing this here. It's just a standard sort of GoPro mount, but on the back there you have the adhesive 3M compound there, and it slots into place with the other sections here that mold around the helmet. You get an alcohol wipe so that you can clean the area of your helmet before you attach it, and a basic set of instructions to make sure that you do it properly. So here's the DIY one that I did on my Bell Super 3R. The link is in the top right, so be sure to check that out. Lots of positive feedback from that because it is by far the cheapest alternative, but that's a proper product, and of course I'm keen to try it out, and if it works the way I'm hoping it does, then I'll put it on my future helmets also that don't have the air ventilation where these are for the cable ties to run through smoothly, at least anyway. So I'm going to disconnect all this and then we're going to get to setting the new one up. Now with that completely removed, you can see that it's quite grubby underneath. That's why they provide the alcohol wipe. So I'm going to use that and clean the area. So following the instructions, all you now need to do is connect these in place, and they click in like so, and that's what's going to conform to your helmet by just removing these and placing it on. So with the helmet now cleaned with the alcohol wipe that was provided and we've connected it together, just have a little placement first. Don't take off the backing. Last thing you want is to get it all in the wrong position and then it doesn't mount correctly. And that looks absolutely perfect for what I need. So what I'm going to do off camera is stick it all down so I can concentrate without trying to get the best picture possible, making a mess of it myself, and I'll show you what the finished article looks like. Well, that only took me a couple of minutes just to make sure off camera it was perfectly aligned before I took that sticky backing off and placed it down permanently. But just look at that and how much neater it all looks. You can see underneath where it's all stuck around and conformed perfectly. And then just on the other side there, so it comes around. So it just gives you an overall neater package, and I'm going to show you how I connect the GoPro to it. So just using a mount, I've got a GoPro official one here because I've just got loads of them kicking around to put the rubber grommet in place. All you then need to do is just attach your GoPro and then secure it with the bolt on the other side, which I'll do off camera. But if you don't want that mount, the good thing is it's adjustable, whereas the other one wasn't really. So you can put a different mount in there. I've got something here called a J mount, and what that actually allows me to do in this instance is just have the camera a bit lower down perhaps. So if you want a different angle or aspect there, you're able to do that. So now everything is attached exactly the way that I'd normally ride with the DIY chin mount. However, we're going to put the MotoRadds to the test. Let's go and hit the trails, and here's the footage from it. Okay, so here we are with the MotoRadds attached. What I'm discovering, it is horrendously slippy up here at the moment. So yeah, definitely going to take that a little bit easier. But yes, Hyper Smooth's going to be playing a big part of the footage. But really, what I do like about the Radds one in comparison to my homemade one, it just seems more sort of secure because the amount of purchase it gets around the helmet. So it might actually just help reduce that shake ever so slightly that that I get sometimes. And it's something that I've not seen in the UK either, and they've got it on Amazon. However, I suppose what I mean is I haven't seen anybody using one, so I tend to see the DIY versions, or no one riding with one at all. So it's just great that we've got this opportunity to stick one on if it will fit your lid. I think it's also worth me saying at this point that they are actually producing a couple more that are going to hit the market at some point soon. I can't give you any dates on that, that are dedicated towards MTB helmets. So I'm looking forward to hopefully getting my hands on that. So wink wink, MotoRadds, because I'll happily test that out. But that's all I need you to see, just one run. It works absolutely fine as expected, so lovely jubbly. So I've just stopped at the trail side just so that you can have a look at the mount from the exterior with me talking about it as a final summary, and I think you'll admit that it actually looks quite neat. It certainly looks better than the DIY one, but I'm not going to discredit that DIY one because I actually really like it. It does the same job, so having this doesn't perform any better, but the difference will be that you can mount different options here without it jutting out so far, and you can also put it onto a full face helmet that doesn't have all this venting system here. So quite easily with this one, I can actually put the cable ties through, making it nice and simple. But on my other downhill helmets, I'd have to drill holes everywhere. And when you're spending lots of money, you don't want to then go and damage it just to mount a camera. If there's one thing I could change, it would be the fact that it is £30. I consider that to be quite a lot of money for what it is. So I'd like to see that price reduced over time. But we've also got to consider that this is actually being manufactured for motorcycle helmets. It just so happens that they do conform to a majority of helmets. But like I said at the beginning, you are going to buy this out of chance that it will fit, and you might have to modify it slightly to make it work. Thank you to MotoRadds for sending this to me in the first place for review. I like it very much. I'll probably order another one for the other helmet. And if you like what you've seen, well, give it a thumbs up. Throw your comments in down below, and of course click the button down there, subscribe, come back for more content. But until then, I'll see you for the next one.